Hello guys, remember me, I'm Peter, your Welsh engineer, and welcome to Kerbal Quest Part 26, Duna Return Mission, and Spaceplane's Timeloop. Ooh, what does that mean? We shall find out. Anyway, welcome back, and first off, we're launching some modules for our Laythe base. And for that base, what we've got Nick, Shane Baldwin, Best Set, and Ethan Gotche. And what they're going to do is carry on finish off the base. Basically, you landed the main module. This has got a mining module and refinery module and no fuel tanks. I forgot to add fuel tanks. Oh, it's got all tanks though. But anyway, let's get this launched up. This is going to be on a long journey to Laythe to Jewel. But first off, we have to also test our spaceplane, because I've been wanting to do a spaceplane to Laythe for ages. It's the only other body in this Kerbal solar system that has oxygen, so you can use jets. Now, the first one you saw was Laythe Plane Mark III, I think, Laythe Spaceplane. This is the Mark III now, and it seems to take off. I wasn't able to take off with the Mark II, so the Mark III seems to be working so far. So anyway, one interesting thing to note about the Rapier engines, once you get them over 400 meters per second, then they seem to go into overdrive. They provide a lot more thrust. If you look in the Rapier engine window there, it's gone over 200 kilonewtons thrust. And that was only because we went over 400 meters per second. That is an interesting thing. So anyway, let's get into comments as we always do. From no one here, holy crap, I'm first! Awesome stuff. First comment of the day. Anyway, Goke Toklar. Lol, Dunar. Yeah, that's the way I say Duna. Dunar. It sounds like I say an R on the end, but I don't. But because I'm Welsh, we pronounce our R's differently, I suppose. And the way we say things, I was trying to say, is that I say Duna. Duna. It sounds like there's an R there, but there's not. Honestly, there's not an R. Anyway, we're not going to Dunar today. From Jake McLaren, top 3, I mean. You mean what? What top 3? Top 3 space planes? Yeah, because this is Mark III, isn't it? It's my top 3 space planes. Yeah, you can see you've also done double engines on this. I was hoping to get further, but if you look at the Delta V, we only have 466 meters per second left. Oh, what the? Oh, yes. The solar panels exploded. That is something else I'll have to fix. Anyway, I'm trying to get us to the KRC, but it looks like we're going to overshoot, which is a shame. I really wanted to land this. I wanted to be the best that it is. But I suppose if you're coming in hot like that, and you've got the space plane pointing up, you're going to overshoot where the predicted landing spot is going to be. Anyway, from Philip Holte Olason, nice work. Cheers, buddy. From Cool Games, can I be a Kerbal? Yes, why not? You start your Kerbal training right away for a mission which will be of my choosing, I suppose, unless you choose somewhere. From Commander Chachi, hi, can I be a Kerbal, please? No problem. What did he say? I think he... I would like to be on a base on an asteroid, by the way. Yes, no problem. We will train you up for that. From Neutral Predator. I have nothing... Oh, before we get into that... Yes, we're almost out of fuel in this. I didn't realise jet engines use a lot of fuel. You need a lot of Delta V for your jet engines. And you have to make sure you do have oxygen in your atmosphere as well. So, yes, be mindful of that. And I don't think we're going to make it to the Kerbal Space Center. So it looks like we're going to have to ditch in the water. From Natural Predator, I have nothing to say, so I will auto-type something. The only one who can get a new message via MSN Messenger, Gally registered in the morning of July, weekend of July, and I will have a good time for a while, and then you will have a good time for the next few months. Also, please recreate the satellite called Sputnik. Looks like the last bit wasn't auto-typed. But yeah, I'm glad I'll have a good time for the next few months. Anyway, if you're going to do crash in the ocean, the best thing to do with space planes, if you can, is sort of like nosedive down, pull yourself up to reduce your speed, and ooh, are we going to slow down in R34? The only problem is, once you get slow enough, the control surfaces no longer work. But we survived! Valentina and Bob survived. Anyway, we learned a lot from that. I think we can say we can send this to Laythe. So, yes. And also, I want to point this out. This is the guy, Matt Lowne. He has a YouTube channel, so you want to check him out. He also has downloadable crafts, which is this is where I downloaded it from. This is his Laythe Spaceplane. I decided to download it, research it, and have a look at how he's done it. The only problem is, with this, you can say Kerbals to Laythe. That's fair enough. That's awesome. But you need to be precise. It's hard to use. This can return to Kirby, which is really difficult to return to Kirby. And it uses a nuclear engine, which means that thrusting towards Joule is a long and hard, arduous journey. So not something I like. This is probably one of the reasons I don't use space planes. They're fun, they're awesome, single stage to launch. Oh, we broke the real legs there. Anyway, yeah, this is the reasons why I don't like space planes. They take ages. You know, with rockets, you can shed a load of weight at a time. And, yeah. So SSTOs, maybe not. But, space planes, I don't mind. We can jerry-rig something, send it up in a rocket, and, get it to Laythe, and then we'll have a space plane get into orbit and deorbit around Laythe. That'll be fine. Anyway, another comment from no one here. Are you going to rescue Scott? That's a good question. And I'll leave that question to you guys. Do you think we're going to have a rescue Scott? By the way, I will leave the links in the description to be able to download these crafts. Hopefully they are compatible with version 1.2. It's the link will be to KSP forum page. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you'll have multiple space planes there you can mess around with. Anyway, from that software, can I be a Kerbal as well, please? No problem, your training starts now. From the Enderman 36YT. Wow, thanks for adding me. No problem, I think you were in the last mission, you landed on Elu, which is awesome. And look at this, we got the space plane. Hopefully that wobble will not affect us. Yeah, and we had to do a bit of manual staging. I forgot to alter the staging on this, which is, ooh, I love staging during on the fly, you know. It puts the pressure on, makes a Kerbal out of you. Anyway, another comment from the Enderman 36YT. I'm fine going to Elu, I like it better. I remember, yeah, I think originally you didn't state where you wanted to go, but then you came back and said you wanted to go to Jules or somewhere else and whatnot. I can't remember exactly. And yeah, I have problems with this. That it seems to gather a rotation. I think I didn't balance it properly, so it goes straight in it, which is cool. Anyway, from Jack Ashby. Thanks, Orbiter. No problem, dude. From Walter Jimenez. Awesome, thanks for the shout out. I've been told that the official launch of 1.2 is about Tuesday. Anyway, we can wait for we have to wait for mods. I've built a minerals fuel outpost for ships to go and refuel, but I still have a lot of time to wait or something. I got the beta from Steam. Yes, anyway, version 1.2 is out, so mods should be arriving soon. And hopefully all the modders are still active. Because, yeah, there's a bit of hackers about a lot of the major creators or the faces of KSP Squad who created KSP have left, including Felipe, the original creator of Kerbal Space Program. Anyway, back to this mission. If you remember, we got Addison Unsworth, Joseph M. Watney, Colt Leper, IO, and another Kerbal which game escapes me at this moment. But they have to return to Kirby. And they have to shoot their orbit now, or out of their orbit now. Otherwise they'll not get a rendezvous for another year. So anyway, this is a bit harder for me to do because if you didn't notice, we were in a retrograde orbit around Duna. I didn't check complete. I thought I'd had the right direction in launching. And if you wonder what I'm on about retrograde, I'm orbiting the opposite direction that the planet is rotating. Now, if I take note off in the direction it was rotating in, the planet, it would have taken less delta V for me to get into orbit. Also, it means that my position to get to Kerbin, to do that maneuver we did, was slightly different. So yeah, I had to work that out manually. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Alex Kajar Askildir, or Alex for short, I suppose. Anyway, name your visual mods. Ooh, what did I have? I use SCAN to install the mods, which is... So let me quickly check here as this video is running, recording. Oh, live, looking at stuff. Awesome. And the visual mods are... Ooh, it's updating repositories. Anyway, let's get to another comment from Dylan Lynn. Would you ever want to be an astronaut? That's a good question, which we'll should get to in a moment. Anyway, the mods I use for this version, which is 1.1.3, and by the way, I've done several gravity breaks around Laythe to be able to get into an orbit low enough so we'd use less delta V to get Laythe, which I think is awesomely cool. Anyway, the visual enhancement mod is the one I use. Let's see if I can find the name of it. Stock visual enhancement, stock visual enhancement, Sunflare, and stock visual terrain, which is what I use for this version of KSP, which gives me the sun looking like a proper star, bright and glary and everything. And look at this decoupling. Yes, explosive decoupling. Anyway, Dylan asked if I want to be an astronaut. I would love to be an astronaut. The only problem I have is that, yeah, you have to do something. You have to spend your time doing something. The astronauts who go to the International Space Station, they can't mess around, which is unfortunate. They have to do their work. They go to bed, they get up, do their scientific work and wherever else. Anyway, let's get this down to the planet. Execute this deorbit maneuver. Actually, I think this is my getting... Is this... Yeah, this is getting into orbit maneuver. And you can see the Laythe base down there. I'm going to try and land that on that land. If you wonder where the modules are, they're still on their way. They're on a sort of like low energy... energy transfer, so they use a lot less delta V than this spaceplane. I used a larger launcher to get the spaceplane over here. Also, you notice when I done the deorbit burn maneuver, it was a little short of getting to the base. Anyway, that is because, you know, once we come in for re-entry, we're going to skip on the atmosphere, and that landing spot will move forward. So yeah, because the raising of the atmosphere is going to, you know, it's sort of like skipping. So a stone skipping, it goes further. That's the analogy I'm going to use here, which is probably not correct. Anyway, from Alblaze Creep. Yo, is it possible to make me a Kerbal and put me in a pod 200 meters from the KSC? Cheers. The name isn't Blaze Creep, it's Lotchi. And he also put a link in here, because I said to him, I don't know if I can turn a human into a Kerbal. No! We lost our Kerbal art. I think I've done something wrong here because we lost control. You know, let's retry. I do several setups. Let's use MechJib to push the nose up so we don't lose control. No! Death again. I do multiple tries. At this point, I think the Kerbals were having deja vu from being quick saved and quick loaded all the time. They're having deja vu memories. Anyway, I decided to reduce the speed we're coming in at. We lose control, but hopefully we can regain control. Anyway, as I was saying, a Blaze Creep said you can turn yourself into a creeper, you just need to use spaghettification, which is mentioned in Wikipedia, which he gave me a link to, which is awesome. Anyway, Viper 2C, Scott's sacrifice will not be in vain. No, it will not, because the Kerbals, hopefully not anyway, because they haven't returned yet. Anyway, here am I trying to get control. No. And also, I found out by here, because I decided we're going to have to ditch the Kerbals. The Kerbals were stuck in the front cockpit, and the fuel tank was covering the hatch, so we had to transfer the Kerbals to the cockpits, the crew cockpits, and they had a struggle to do that because, as you know, this plane is rotating like hell. They are experiencing excessive G-forces trying to get into the back, which I don't think Kerbal Space Chroma shows the G-force of any craft which is rotating. Anyway, we get them out. Let's EVA them last minute. Come on, EVA! Save yourselves! And I forgot their names. Studio Revenge and Beach Nuck Jr. No, they've died again. Well, they reached the surface. Isn't that a success? Anyway, don't worry. I quick loaded you guys. We'll have to work something out for this, even if we send you to the space station and wait for a refit crew or something and send you down in a different way. Anyway, let's go to Joseph M. Dank is posh for marijuana. But you know the internet likes to use tons of references to obscure stuff. Yeah, that someone said in the last episode about dank memes. And basically, dank memes is dank means posh marijuana, and memes means something that could be repeated but alters over time because, you know, the fish I caught was this big, and then suddenly the fish I caught was bigger. Yeah, that is the basic premise of a meme. Anyway, we have returned to Kirby. Our Kerbals will hopefully survive. Let's decouple that. Inflate the heat shield, and I realised I made a boo-boo. Yes, there's a bit sticking out the back of the cargo bay. I should have realised that. I didn't test this. Anyway, in the atmosphere we go. BTGO2. I did a huge live stream asteroid mission on Xbox One. No mods. For 3 hours, the game crashed, not saving. I cry every time. Well, hopefully these Kerbals will survive and I will not cry. Luckily I recorded this as evidence, and luckily your mission was recorded. Hopefully if you've done a live stream somewhere, it's out there. A copy of that exists somewhere. But never mind. You can always do the mission again. Isn't that part of the excitement, failing and redoing the missions in this? Anyway, oh yes, the other Kerbal in this was Andrew. Hello, Andrew. Right, Ed the Gamer. Please, can you put me in the Dunk Space Station? Dunk Space Station? Do you mean underwater space station? Oh yeah, and I realised that the heat shield had detached when the other part exploded by here. Yeah, that was odd. I didn't realise that. We almost killed the Kerbals. So we don't know where the Dunk Space Station is. We'll find it though for you and put you there. Anyway, I wouldn't even know, sorry, that's his username. I'm commenting just to hear you say this comment in the next episode. Comment has been heard. From Moniak Mitra. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Good luck pronouncing my name, but awesome mission plan, man. From Michael Smith. Hey Orbiter, your space program is so expensive compared to mine. I'm constantly deorbiting modules to save money. Good videos though. Thanks a lot. Didn't you know? Kerbals don't have money. And the Kerbals have returned safely. Awesome, but we got some comments to go through. So you watch them as they celebrate their return. From Universal Warriors, one step for a warrior, one jointly for a Kerbal kind. Enjoyed this episode, man. Loved being part of the first Kerbal to walk on Elu. I promise I'll do as much science as I can. As I can on this once lonely Elu. It may be a while before we get back home, but I know we'll make amazing base here. Orbiter, if you want, I can keep you updated on my projects in Kerbal's system. Stay cool, my fellow warrior and scientist. That would be awesome, actually. Updates on your missions would be great. From Popular the Killer Team. I like the vids. Can you make a base on Eve, please? We have, but we'll have to build it up. From Spellmaster45, you've done loads of comments, but I'm going to read this one. When you add a base to all the planets and moons in the current system, you should add Kerbal, Galaxy, or Extra Planets mods. I think it will do, but wait for 1.21. Come out. From Tam5005, phew, thought your channel died somehow and subscribed to me. But also, could you send Tam back to Earth for SSTO, research on space planes? We need to do that, because you saw my space planes. Anyway, I'm Orbiter. Trust me, I'm an engineer. And the Kerbals are back! Yay! Ready to go on more missions! Anyway, should we rescue Scott Manley from Duna?